I've been really tough on Joe Biden, and that's because I'm not a cheerleader for anyone here. You screw up, I'm going to call you out. You do well, I'm going to give you props. And so here is a chance for me to actually praise Joe Biden for something that he's doing very well. In fact, he's actually doing it better than his two most recent predecessors, Donald Trump and Barack Obama. And that is getting federal judges appointed to the bench here in the United States. So far, and this number may seem small, he's gotten 8 federal judges appointed to the bench. He's got another 30 nominees waiting in the wings, and he's got roughly 100 vacancies to fill. But getting 8 approved by this point in his presidency is more than Trump had at this point. It's more than Obama had at this point. The only difference is that those two individuals did, by this point in their presidency, have a Supreme Court seat filled. So, they've got that edge on him. However, there's a weird bit of caution here. Only 15 Republicans in the Senate have voted against his nominees in total. Lindsey Graham has voted in favor of, to confirm, all 8 of these nominees, as has Susan Collins of Maine. So, it strikes me as a little odd. Why is Lindsey Graham voting to confirm these people? Right? He's this staunch, hardcore conservative that believes all the horrible things that we shouldn't have in government, and yet he's looking at these people and saying, yeah, I'm okay with this. That gives me cause for concern only because of what we have seen come out of Obama's judicial appointments. Obama, same thing. Didn't want to make waves, wanted to pick people that were liberal, but wouldn't piss off the conservatives so that he could get them through. Politically, it's a decent strategy. I mean, let's be honest. Politically, yes, it makes sense. If you want to get nominees through, you got to pick somebody that you know is going to get through. Unfortunately, for consumers here in the United States, and of course for voters here in the United States, for people of color here in the United States, for members of the LGBTQ community here in the United States, those Obama judges didn't exactly work out the way that we had hoped in many instances. You're talking about pro-corporate judges that are occasionally good on social issues. That's something Pap and I have talked about here on Ring of Fire for years and years and years. And I do believe, to an extent, that's probably what we're going to get from Joe Biden. However, the difference with Biden is that he is stressing diversity in these judges. And I do happen to know that a couple of them did come from plaintiffs' law firms, just like Mike Papantonio. So if we could get some Paps out there on the bench, holy crap, consumers, social advocates, that would be a huge win. If you're picking plaintiffs' lawyers, that is a massive win for the United States. And we do know at least a couple of them have come from that background, not just from the corporate defense firms. But the diversity thing, too, is important because representation matters. It matters in the justice system. We have seen far too many stories of racist white judges. We have seen too many stories of bigoted judges sitting on the bench. So if you're getting more diverse people on the bench, the likelihood of those views coming out in rulings dramatically reduces. It may not go away completely, but you're going to reduce that to an extent, and that could certainly help on the social issues. But either way, Biden is moving forward on this. I wish he would expand the Supreme Court. I wish he would push for term limits, which would require a constitutional amendment. However, he's doing well so far on this. Let's hope he keeps it up.